Thank you very much for always watching my YouTube videos. God bless you for doing that. Support me by subscribing, liking, commenting, or sharing my videos to others so that they will be encouraged to know how and where TBC is moving towards. There are some things most members are not aware, and I want to take the opportunity to read them so that members will be able to see what is really into TBC, because reading, some people find it very difficult to read on their own, and I will read it so that you will just watch it and it will help you. Finally, we are continuing the third part. This is the third part. Finally, we wish to address something that is currently in progress with respect to an inquiry being conducted by the Securities Exchange Commission of the United States. Some of our members are aware of this, but most are not. Thus, we want to be clear and above board on this point so that all are aware of the situation and understand it properly. This inquiry is a legal process by an authorized government agency. We understand that this is being done with most or all crypto and digital currencies to determine if any given currency is in fact structured or promoted as a security as such. So you can search them here, https, that is the Pantera cap.org. Yes, you can search them. Would be defined by United States laws. As you all know, many new currencies, coins and tokens are being created now and have been for several years through a type of offering known as an initial coin offering, ICO. This is, of course, similar to what occurs when a private company decides to take a corporation public by contracting with a market maker to underwrite an initial public offering. That is, so obviously there are similarities in language and function. An IPO sells stock in a company that is backed by the assets of the corporation and is promoted on the basis of future earnings. This secures the shares of stock by the asset and thus is a security within the scope of U.S. law, and the SEC has jurisdiction over such securities to regulate and control them within the public market. That agency is called the Securities Exchange Commission because it regulates and oversees the ongoing exchange of securities through normal market functions. When ICOs first came out, they offered coin or tokens for cash, usually denominated in United States dollars, over which the United States and its agencies have jurisdiction. The coins issued were secured against the cash raised by the offering or oftentimes by an asset base such as real estate that were explicitly stated to back the coin. This then became a form of security, and thus the SEC has been investigating many of these coins to determine whether they are a security or not, and if so, to bring them into the regulatory environment of their jurisdiction. In the case of TBC and Kringle, we do not fall into this category. We have never made any claim that TBC and Kringle are a form of secured interest in assets or public funds. We are not in the jurisdiction of the United States because we are not a corporate entity in that jurisdiction and do not derive our authority to exist or operate from said jurisdiction. We have always been clear that we are a private society and private member organization. We now realize that we made a mistake in referencing the value of TBC and Kringle in dollar terms, and this was corrected earlier this year. We now make reference to grains of gold, but to the absolutely clear, we have never declared either publicly or privately that the currency of TBC and Kringle are secured or backed by gold, only using a grain of gold as a reference point. The value of TBC is simply and solely the value of the living beings who participate in our private society by and through our private contract association. When any member joins the TBC community, they contract to abide by the rules that we publish. We will soon be expanding the details of our structure with written and educational materials to reflect this. But since inception, we have only been a private member organization, and the value of our currency is nothing more than the value of our membership. So for any members who are currently under a subpoena by the SEC to provide data and information, we encourage you to be fully cooperative with their inquiry and at all times tell the truth as best as you know and understand it. We have nothing to hide or avoid, so the truth is always the best policy. We firmly believe that in the end, this inquiry will prove the statements we have made here, and the SEC will determine that we are not offering securities, have never made any sort of initial coin or public offering, and do not promote any secured interest. TBC and Kringle are private mediums of exchange to be used to promote equitable exchange between private parties for goods and services. If some members have exchanged TBC for domestic currencies of any country, then they should consult professionals as to any legal requirements that may entail as far as taxation, reporting, or other considerations with respect to their home country of residence or domicile. This also includes if the exchange of a private medium of exchange for goods and services in your domestic jurisdiction might carry any tax implications. We will always encourage our members to recognize the truth in the statement that all persons liable to report and pay income taxes must do so in conformity with local law. In the near future, we will be formally structuring our society, PCA, and community with more precise detail as to what is acceptable and proper with respect to exchange and use of the private medium of exchange known as TBC and Kringle. This concludes our public inquiries. Pursuant hereto can be sent to admin@kringleprivatesociety.org. Sincerely, TBC admin. So that is that. We have all these things there. The structures is working in TBC. TBC is just not any organization coming to just misbehave and do things in a haphazard way. It is really structured, and if you follow principles, if you follow how it's supposed to go, then it means you are going to be a blessed one. We are here to make the world lovely. We are here to eradicate poverty globally, and be happy that you have been able to see this opportunity at its early stage. Thank you very much for watching. Try as much as possible to subscribe, like, comment, and share my YouTube videos. Thank you very much. God bless you for doing that. Amen.